Joining me now is celebrity and royal commentator Kinsey Schofield. Kinsey, the man once known as Prince Andrew, has moved out of the Royal Lodge a week earlier than expected, reportedly under intense pressure from his brother King Charles. Following the latest Epstein files release, Kinsey, what more can you tell me?
Well, that Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor is now effectively living in the exile that we anticipated. And it's hard to see a path back with new devastating allegations of sex trafficking, active investigations by the Metropolitan Police that are new, and increasingly disturbing details emerging about his time and relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. The walls are closing in. This isn't just a personal disgrace. I would argue it's the most damaging crisis to hit the British monarchy since the abdication, because it strikes at the institution's moral authority, not just its image.
Emails released as part of the Epstein files have revealed that Ghislaine Maxwell confirmed to Jeffrey Epstein back in 2015 that infamous photo of Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor with his arm around the waist of Virginia Giuffre was in fact real. Kinsey, the former prince, repeatedly questioned the authenticity of that image and denied he'd ever met Virginia.
Exactly. And that's why his credibility is completely shot. For years, he insisted that this was fake. It was misleading. He'd never met her. Now we have these emails showing Ghislaine privately confirming to Jeffrey Epstein that the photo was in fact real. That doesn't just contradict Andrew's public denials, it destroys them. When your version of events collapses against documented evidence, you don't get the benefit of the doubt anymore.
Kinsey, even more revelations about Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor's conduct in the latest Epstein document dump. In an email dated 23rd of March 2011, a lawyer for an exotic dancer made bombshell claims that Jeffrey Epstein and Prince Andrew, or the man known as Prince Andrew back then, demanded a threesome with his client and treated her like a prostitute, despite the fact she was hired by Epstein to dance only, not to have sexual intercourse. Kinsey, the lawyer alleges that after intense pressure from the pair, she did perform various sex acts on the men.
And never paid her the money that they promised her. Imagine being his daughters and seeing these headlines in the paper. And I say that with empathy while recognizing that they were adults, his daughters, when they got on an airplane with their mother to visit the convicted sex offender shortly after he was released from jail. A lot of questionable decision-making happening within this family.
Now, Bill Gates has denied claims made about his conduct in the Epstein files in an interview with 9 News Australia. Here's what he had to say.
It's factually true that I was only at dinners. I never went to the island. I never met any women. And so, the more that comes out, the more clear it'll be that although the time was a mistake, it had nothing to do with that kind of behavior.
Kinsey, his former wife, has also been speaking out. What has she had to say?
She said we should put some pressure on her ex-husband to talk, to have to answer some pretty tough questions. She's saying, yeah, I think that I'm loving this negative attention, quite frankly. This will be a problem for Bill Gates in the future, whether you believe him or not. Once false information is out there, it can persist in memory. This is science. It persists in memory even after people know it's false. It's a phenomenon sometimes referred to as belief perseverance. People may remember the content, but forget whether it was debunked, leading to that lingering influence. These headlines have been so sensational that some have already consumed them as truth, and there's no turning back. This is horrible for his legacy.
Oh, absolutely. He's made emphatic denials about a lot of these allegations, but he also wants the public to believe that he was fairly naive in his dealings with Jeffrey Epstein, and this is a man who's considered by many a genius. He's a billionaire. He built this massive company, and normally those people aren't naive, but he does emphatically deny any wrongdoing.